Kong. This weekend, police blasted thousands of protesters with tear gas.
Today, there were protests again in China, in cities around the world, including here in Los Angeles. Stephanie Stanton is in the newsroom with the story. Stephanie.
Well, Susan and Laura, about 100 protesters gathered today in Los Angeles to express their anger over the police attack against students. Now, we want to warn you that some of the images you're about to see are graphic. With a strong voice, protesters gathered outside the Chinese consulate building in Los Angeles to support those half a world away. Hong Kong Forum Los Angeles organized an emergency rally after images of the police attack on student protesters in Hong Kong began to surface on TV and the internet.
I was really shocked that for a world-class city as Hong Kong, as advanced as Hong Kong, this sort of suppression actually happens.
Police in riot gear sprayed tear gas and rubber bullets into the crowd of thousands. At least 38 people were injured during the protest against the Chinese government's increasing oversight of the upcoming 2017 elections.
We want an election where everyone has the right to be elected.
Protesters are angry about electoral changes that allow a committee to decide who is allowed to run for governor on the 2017 ballot. Protesters say 80% of committee members are dominated by the Chinese government and cannot truly honor the will of the people.
We don't want a committee like Iran to first eliminate some of the candidates from the ballot before Hong Kong can vote.
Protesters say the Chinese government has slowly tried to erode democracy in Hong Kong since it took back the territory from British rule in 1997.
The Chinese government should recognize that they can no longer deceive the people of Hong Kong, especially these young people.
With chanting and song, those here on American soil want to send a strong message that they stand united with their brothers and sisters in Hong Kong.
Now, the protesters here in Los Angeles tell me that they're also calling for the resignation of the current governor of Hong Kong and 3 of his executive team members responsible for proposing the new election rules. They also want the police chief to resign. Meanwhile, the Chinese government has denounced the protests. Live in the newsroom, I'm Stephanie Stanton. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Stephanie. More